And then I have some updates on the iPad pilot for you. Sarah Shepke and the teachers created a little presentation for you tonight. So I'll go over that. And then I wanted to share some of the results from the teacher survey that we talked about doing as a part of the iPad pilot, student surveys and parent surveys. So some good information there. In the first part, there are just some pictures, but I can send you the website too, that, so I don't know how well you can see that, but it says students learned how to work the iPads by working together, and there are a variety of tools, online tools that Sarah and the other teachers created. They use the guided discovery document to learn the functions of the iPad. It says students use the iPads to research a planet in the solar system. Second graders learning and researching about Native Americans. Students practicing the letter sounds. There's writing story using one of the apps. Second graders using QR codes to do a math fact activity. So typically used as a center, or here with Mrs. Eggerts, she's using it to teacher guided reading instruction. The students are using the camera there to click on the QR code, and then it goes specifically to a website that the teacher wants them to go to, so they're not surfing, so they know exactly who the teacher wants them to be able to go to. All right. Then if we look at the teacher survey, teacher information, I'm just going to click down here. How would you describe your students' individual use of computers at school? About daily, 83% of 5 teachers, 83% of the time said daily. Majority, as you can see, there's a variety of ways that the teachers see that the tool can be used as a benefit. There isn't anything that stands out. The only one that wasn't checked was to learn a foreign language. What is your comfort level with technology as an adult? And this was an anonymous survey, so they could share how they feel. Very familiar and comfortable, somewhat familiar and comfortable, need support and technology skills. So about 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. And Sarah Shepke does meet with these teachers on a regular basis to provide them individual coaching or assistance so that they can feel comfortable. So it was nice that they could share their thoughts on that. Your students' general attitude toward the students' individual use of technology. 6 of them very excited to learn with technology. What concerns, if any, do you have using iPads for classroom student learning? A little bit of students care for the device. My own teaching skills with use of the device, and they'll learn and grow as we all do together. And having enough apps to meet the learning targets. We met at, I think they have lots of apps at this time, but there's always that ability to add another one to provide that information as they're learning about new things too. Students' ability to use the device independently, although a couple of the teachers I recently talked to said the students are really learning a lot and quickly picking that up, and some of course had experience beforehand, and the level of security so students are safe in using the device. And then what types of support do you need to implement the iPads to enhance student learning? The top answer was that using the device with the smart board, and we are getting some software, Reflector it's called, and that will allow the teachers to be able to use for iPad, and it will show up on the smart board, so that will be really nice. the software just detects the iPad, and then they can use it on the smart board, or if you're working with students, they can project what they're working on the smart board. Sharing of apps, and that's something that we're going to continue to do. We're planning another day to have these teachers get together later, about mid-March at this time. What's your level of interest or enthusiasm with use of iPads in your classroom? I love it. I've been waiting for it. I am somewhat apprehensive, but willing to give it a try. So it's nice to have a variety of teachers who are interested in a pilot too. So that's very nice. Let's take a look at this student.
Jackie, before you go on,
Yes.
6 teachers responded, so out of a pool of how many?
9.
6 out of 9.
So good response.
Good statistics.
With the students, we had 125 responses, so that was interesting to see what they had to say. 83 students in first grade and 42 students in second grade, and then the different schools in attendance, Evergreen, Trailside, and Woodfield. Do you like to use computers to learn? 87% yes, and 13% no, and that's a good reminder to us that not all students will find this as a tool that they really want to use all the time. So it's a good reminder for us that we have to differentiate. Sometimes students find it difficult. Do you like to use computers to learn? Oops, I went over that. How often do you use computers at school? 58% said every day. 13% 1 to 2 days a week. So we'll be monitoring that to see if that increases. I'm sure it will in those classrooms. What do you do on computers at school? A variety of things, as you can see. Playing learning games was the top one, practicing math, listening to books, and practicing spelling were the key pieces there. Do you use computers at home? 89% said yes, and 11% said no. It's a good reminder to us also that not everyone has access to computers at home. How often do you use computers at home? 58 students said every day, so 47% every day, 1 to 2, 29%. And what do you do on computers at home, which is interesting? A lot more recording your voice, making videos, and taking pictures, but also playing learning games is their top one. And so lots of different things that they're doing, practicing lots of things at home. And I think because of the availability of the programs that we have here, like Compass and Reading Plus, I Learn, Lexia, they have opportunity to do a lot of that learning at home too. Any questions on the student piece there? The parent piece, there was lots of a variety of feedback and lots of good feedback from the parents. So we'll go over the bigger pieces, and then I have summarized the individual comments because I like to always leave space for people to write their own comments on the bottom. So of the students, we have a variety of kindergartners, first grade and second grade. How would you describe your use at home? Well, this is the parent survey. Use at home, 38% said daily, 40% said weekly. How would you describe your child's use of an iPad, smartphone, iPad, iPod, e-reader, or tablet? So a large variety of things that they have at home. What do you see as a learning benefit of the use of technology? Lots of creativity or curiosity, making learning fun, teaching responsibility, teaching problem solving. Do you have any iPad apps for classroom learning that you might suggest we consider? Lots and lots of things that parents gave us as ideas. So we'll be looking into some of those. Some of those we already have. Some are more games than learning games. So but a variety of things. So it was nice that there were so many people sharing. And then if you are willing, what is your comfort level with technology as an adult? That was an important question because as we're moving forward with our technology, we want to make sure that our community and parents are comfortable with the use, or we could provide some additional pieces in there, but 56% are very comfortable, or very familiar and comfortable, and 40% somewhat familiar and comfortable. So overall, the vast majority of people are comfortable, but yet it's something to keep an eye on, that we might offer some support for parents. My child with children's attitudes who are in the pilot generally are very excited to learn with technology, 72%, somewhat excited to learn with technology, 22%, and technology doesn't appear to influence my child's attitude toward learning. So that was interesting. And then, do you have any questions or concerns about the use of iPads or technology for learning in your child's classroom? Let me just summarize that bit of information, because it is quite extensive, which was nice to see. In the area of more negative thoughts or things opposed to technology was concerns about the interpersonal skills that the students might lose. The first learning, and that might have been a perception because of how one of the questions was worded, but that the first learning wouldn't be from the teacher. But of course, the first learning in math and reading would be from the teacher. Ability to think, the strain on the children's body from the use of technology and related to obesity. On eye strain or headaches from being on a computer too long. The amount of homework that's computerized and that takes time for the sharing of the computer for the family. One person thought that there was too much use of computer like at Foxford, where they have it all one-to-one. Hands versus typing. One person felt that they should be handwriting the papers versus typing them. Life skills. Some felt they didn't learn as well. One felt disadvantaged if they do not have internet at home, so that they're not as able to do their homework and other things. And felt that hands-on is better than computers. And then there were lots of other comments that were more pro-technology, already using it in 4K, already using it in the school district where we came from. So that's one of the reasons we weren't sure if we were going to switch. Glad we have them now. Yes, my child doesn't have an internet at home, so I'm glad that they can do it at school. And then generally the concerns were, or the more questioned concerns were, are the cases sturdy enough for the kids, and do we have appropriate blocking of the content that would be appropriate for children? So I thought it was a lot of great feedback. I was really pleased that parents took as much time to share all the different thoughts and concerns that they had. So any questions on any of those surveys?
I have a question on the survey. When we comment on observation on the pictures, you made a great choice of a case. Looks like a real sturdy case. I like that handle, which makes it easy for the student to grab it with one hand and carry it. And it looks like a high impact plastic, so I don't foresee any issues with the technology in the case. Actually, I like the tilt also, so it looks like it's going to be nice.
I'll let Cannon know he really did choose the case,
Good job.
so he did a great job.
Thank you, Kathy. Any questions, board members?